Assalamu alaikum and welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to be a judge for our upcoming Aya Stream Fair. It is a STEM fair, and we have included the components of religion and art as a means to adhere to our own religious beliefs in the Quran and Sunnah, as well as to encourage the artistic talents of our students. Therefore, the presentations you see tomorrow may be featuring an ayah or hadith related to the project's topic, the absence of which would not be a deduction in rubric points. As you can see, the projects align and promote the intention of the MYP unit design, particularly the criteria of developing ideas to address a problem, creating a solution through an experimental design or an invention design, and evaluating the invention outcomes or the data. Additionally, this prepares students with 21st century skills. All right, well, this is this Stream Fair process. Students have already been selected to enter the school fair. There are actually 34 projects tomorrow for grades 4 through 5. Our goal as judges tomorrow is to identify 2 projects from 4th grade and 2 projects from 5th grade, which will move up to district and represent our school on February 12th. I've already selected the middle school and high school projects. We're waiting to get those approved by the district fair coordinator, and they will also be there on February 12th with the elementary students. In 2023, we've had 3 projects participate. One of them advised by our own brother Max. Last year in 2024, we had 6 students from elementary, or six projects from elementary, with 2 of the projects given outstanding or superior designation, mashallah. We've also had recognition for achievements as well as a number of awards for middle school and high school students. This is the type of board you may be seeing tomorrow. The title up there. I'd love for you to focus on the variables, the question, the research question, and how it connects to the real world problems or situations, the hypothesis and how it connects to the conclusion. You should see a graph, data, and results and conclusions. All right, there'll be a couple external, but mainly internal judges. Each of the projects will be judged by 2 judges. So you'll be paired with another judge and be walking to a project when you're a new project when you're done. There may be models displayed in front of the presentation board, and that's okay. However, during the district fair, these will not be allowed. Only photos can be used to show the invention or experiment. All right, here's our schedule. Please meet us around 7:45 or whenever you can make it. Before 8:05, we'll do a quick review of the rubric, have breakfast, and then we'll begin judging during period 1. We should be done and wrap up by period 3. Finalize the scores with your partner judge and have lunch. I will tabulate all the scores and inshallah have the winners notified by tomorrow. Okay, before winter break, students and parents were given this email, and they were reminded that each student should have a logbook and these components on their presentation board. References would be great, but probably not necessary for 3rd and 4th grade. I think something to look at is, what would they do in the future? That would be a very good aspect to an excellent project. Okay, they were also given a link to a Louisiana Science and Engineering Fair website, and this gives them guidance on how they can actually construct their presentation. This is our judging rubric. Never mind that it says virtual up there. We used it last year and it worked out fine. when you receive your rubric and you approach the projects, if you could put the project number on the top, that'd be very good. If you know the category, that'd be wonderful, life science or physics. Otherwise, no worries, I can figure it out. But very important to put the number, or you can even put the title just in case something gets messed up. We want to make sure we have the right project with the right number. Okay, so as you can see, the first page will have 3 major topics. The presentation, you want to make sure that it stayed within 5 minutes. If they go a little bit over, that's okay. Just remind them, can you wrap it up, after the 6th minute or 7th? So if they did pretty well, and it was no longer than 5 or 6 minutes, you can check it off. But if everything else was not that great, they're at the novice level. If they got 2 check marks, for example, it was audible and clear, and it was no longer than 5 or 6 minutes, then they would have 2 check marks as apprentice level. However, this distinguishing part would be if they have a 3rd check mark, and maybe the project was especially creative and they were very concise in what they presented, so then they would have all 3. Okay, so for scientific method, just make sure that they can explain what they did. Sometimes the parents do a lot of the work, and the student has a great board, but they don't really know what happened, or they can't really explain what they did, right? Or if you have a group, you might have only one person who actually did the work. The other 2, when you ask them questions, they really don't know what happened because the other student did. So obviously it'd be appropriate to just give them 2 marks instead of 1. Okay, you'll see this a few times. It's very important that they refer to their logbook. They understand that recording the information in their logbook was essential. So if you don't see that, please don't give them that check mark. You can even ask them after their presentation, could you please show me your logbook? And you can flip through it. All right, for the process, you'll want to make sure that they understand the real world connection of their project to the real world, and that they can articulate the problem or challenges, right, that they're trying to solve. Okay, the other 3 sections are more on the experimentation. Did they conduct trials? You want to make sure that they had at least 3 to 5 trials. If it comes down to 2 great projects, but one had only 1 or 2 trials and the other had 3 or 5, give that 3 to 5 project the check mark. Okay, data analysis. Want to make sure they analyze and they feature a graph of some sort and that it's clear. Axes are labeled, or at least that they can clarify, what the graph represents, the data, and just make sure that that they're able to explain everything clearly. All right, so that is the rubric. I hope it's clear tomorrow. I really appreciate you listening to this quick video and volunteering your valuable time as a judge. Jazakallah khairan. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow, inshallah.